Right, so first of all, let's begin by talking about how you can draw on some of your strengths and things that you have developed during the pandemic. Now, we've obviously seen tons and tons of digital change and adaptation and innovation during this period. And I'm sure you're all thinking ahead now to what you're going to grow and perhaps continue to develop and scale in 2022. It feels like there's a bit of a theme already around remote working and also some of your processes as well. So Laura's mentioned online document signing, which I know is very standard in a lot of charities now, and also some brilliant ideas around things like digital fundraising and how you can improve supporter journeys and all those kinds of things. Mimi, is there anything here which has caught your eye? I don't know if there's anything which I might have missed.
Yeah, there's a great comment here from Tim saying that they're looking to invest more time and energy in designing their own in-house materials. So take more pride in how they present themselves and not just face-to-face. And I think that's a great point as well. And it kind of fits with that theme of kind of like online meetings and everything like that. But kind of how are you wanting to represent yourself out there?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great point, because I think there's something here which is almost like, what is the hybrid user experience? So whether it's your employees, whether it's your volunteers, whether it's your staff, and of course also your beneficiaries and donors and supporters as well. I think what Tim's expressed beautifully there is about how can we make sure people have a really kind of consistent, really well-branded experience across different channels. So whether that's face-to-face, whether that's digitally, and of course that's very much a call for even greater collaboration internally, isn't it? So that we can make sure that all of that happens. So what I want to do is to get you thinking about where you'd like your organisation to be with digital in a year's time. As if, imagine that money and resources were no object and you could do anything at all. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to think about this. If we could wave that magic wand, where would you like to be with digital by December 22? How about you, Mimi? Is this something that you and the team have thought about recently?
Yeah, it is. And we're actually having a meeting about it later this week as well, to see what more we could be doing. I feel like that's what's been the nice side of the kind of us all having to have these massive changes, is that hopefully if things go to plan, we can look to kind of progress now, which is really exciting, and do these things that we've been waiting for.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I'm just having a look now. Oh, really well considered. Thank you, everyone. So I'm just going to have a quick look through these. Kim, I love this point that you've made here. In fact, I think you've put a couple actually about being able to work where you're most productive and looking at your ways of working around that. What you've reminded of there was a really insightful thing that I think it was Nationwide said just when offices were beginning to open up earlier this year about locate for your day. And I think the CEO was encouraging people to work, whether it's in the office or a coffee shop or at home, for wherever they needed to be in order to get what they needed to done that day. So yeah, I thought that was a really nice way to set the tone around ways of working. Yeah, and this is really interesting. James, you've got a great point here about confidence actually as well. And it would be great to perhaps to hear a bit more about that, James, if you're able to put that in the chat. So it feels like there's something there maybe about inclusion, something about skills, and you've mentioned there about your own and others' services as well. So James, I'd love to hear a bit about the area, the sort of field you work in. I wonder if there's anything that I can suggest to help that as part of this session. But yeah, absolutely. I think there's a point here about, what is the digital proposition that we're all offering now? How's that evolving? And how can we help people have trust in that and continue to see the value of that as maybe something to have a think about. what I want to do now is to get you to pull together all of your learnings from today. So there's so much there. I mean, the responses have been really rich, really insightful. Let's pull that together into a vision statement. So thinking about your charity, by December 2022, you'll be doing these things, and where is that going to take you with digital?